We're gonna today we're just doing a key cutting using this tool right here. It's a key cutter. It's a lishi key cutter. This is mainly like if you're out in the field and you don't have a key machine, so you're just like, oh, let me cut a key real quick with this tool. I wouldn't use it to cut multiple keys because it takes some time because you have to like line up the keys perfect, and then they have to be cut perfect too. Like you have to like really like line them up perfect. And I don't know. It's just I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend using it to cut multiple keys. If you're gonna do one or two or even three, then yeah. But overall, I would not use this to cut multiple. So we're gonna use the vice grips. We lined them up already. So we're gonna use the vice grips, and we're gonna see how good this really does cut. So we just gotta tighten it, and it looks pretty lined up. So we'll grab the key cutter. So what you do is you see the ridges on this side. I don't know if you're able to see. Let me put some more light. So on this side right here, you have the key. You have the key blank. So what you're gonna do is for the first cut, you're gonna stick this right here and make the first cut, and we're gonna just do it like that, and that was the first cut. So you might want to do it like one or two times just to make sure that try to get that cut perfect, and just clean it up because it won't open the lock if it's not cut clean. So just go over it a few times. So then we're gonna move on to the next cut. Next cut is right there. I already feel like this is gonna be a problem. And we're gonna go to the third cut. We're gonna test it too right here. So we're gonna see how good this really works. I know it works. I used it once, but I haven't used it on a Schlag. I used it on a quickset key. Alright, it looks like it's cut perfect. Let me just clean up the edges a little. It might work. Yeah, this is like super sharp. Alright, so we just cut the key, and what I don't like about it is like if you look at it, you can tell like it was just bent. Like it was bent with the lishi's cutter because of the pressure you're forcing down. But make sure you guys have a brush to brush off the pieces because the cuts are very like thick. If you look right here, you can see a bend. Do you see the bend? Let me see. Oh yeah, right there. You see how it's bended? So this is why I don't really like using it anymore. I just feel like it messes up the key. So we're gonna test it and see if that actually worked. And that's weird because it's not going all the way in. It is a SC1. So it's not going in all the way. I think it's because that last bend. So yeah, I think it's probably the bend, which I knew that was gonna happen. Let's see if we can make it bend back though. So this is why like I said, using this is very time efficient. I wouldn't recommend use this if you're in a job and you're in a hurry. And yeah, I just wouldn't recommend it. Stick to the key machine. I honestly feel like this is just not even for emergency. I don't know. I just don't feel like this is really that great. I feel like this is unreal right now. And you know what's fun? Oh, see, it works, but it's not smooth. So I guess I don't know. Honestly can't. If I had to do like a review, I would say I would use it on maybe one key if I really needed one. But stay tuned. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try a quick set key and see if that's any different. If it's different, maybe one's specifically for Schlage and one's specifically for quick set. I didn't see that when I purchased it, so I don't know if that's true or not. But it works. It's just the quality of the cutting. It's not really that great. It bends the key. So yeah, we'll try a quick set. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So we're back. And then we got a quick set key. We're going to test it out on a quick set and see if it's any better. This is weird. This is just absolutely weird. Alright, so we have it lined up. And it's weird because this key, so if you look at it right here, hold on, let me clamp this really quick. If you look at the key, they're both quid sets. So this is really weird for me. They're both the same exact type of keyway. But if you notice that, look at how it right here, it sticks. This one sticks out further than that one, but they're lined up right here at this point, and they're lined up here. So whenever you line up a key, you have to make sure that they're lined up right here at this edge. All right. So if one key's longer, you don't go by this. You go mainly by this part right here. Okay, so we got it lined up. Let's test out the lishi key cutter on the quick set and see if there's a difference. We also got the knob, quick set knob, to check it out also. So here we go. We're gonna start cutting. Good God, this one. Oh my goodness, that took a lot of force. Wow. That's another thing. It's like you gotta put all that force just to cut a key. It's like unnecessary. You shouldn't have to do extra work when you're doing work already. You know what I mean? So the thing about the quick set is you gotta double cut it, because the cuts on a quick set, they're longer. Like what I mean by longer is like for Schlage, they're just down and that's it. This one, quick set, they're down and then they slide over a bit. So you gotta cut it kind of like twice, just to make sure that you get the full effect. So you see how I just cut this. This was the first cut I did, and I just went back and did it again because the cuts are wider. Alright, that one too, see, still has. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, let's test it out. Clean it off a little bit with your brush. Alright, which key is it? I think it was this one. Again, this one's like, you could tell. It actually looks a lot better than the Schlage. Alright, so we got the knob here. Let's test it out. And what do you know? It's not working. So there you have it. Lishi tool. I wouldn't say that lishi key cutter is definitely not the most accurate. We're gonna still try to mess with it. We'll see I mean, because I'm sure it'll work, but for you to sit here and spend this much time trying to cut it, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time. You don't want to spend that much time at your job cutting keys. So let's try to clean this up a little bit. But overall, I wouldn't recommend this tool. To me, it's a waste of time. I wouldn't recommend this tool. I could be doing it wrong. Oop, wrong cylinder. All right, we're gonna stick it in. Yeah, it's not even working. It is not working. And this is the existing key. So if I just cut it twice, let me see. Oh, I'm missing a cut. I am missing a cut. I didn't even see that. Sorry, guys. I am missing a cut right here. Wow. All right, well, let's try one more time. Let me do this really quick and see. I did not see that cut. It's so small. Okay, let's do this. All right, so there is a cut at the very, let me see if you can see right there. You see this? There is a cut right here, but that's so small. So, all right, let's test it out. I honestly don't think it's gonna work because that's a horrible cut. Unless I can do it. First, let me see if it works before I actually do it without it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let me see if I can just do it. Finish the cut by looking at it without the key. Yeah, see, the cuts are horrible. Look at the, I don't know if you're able to see it. Yeah, you can't see it. The cuts are really bad. They're not really good cuts. It's not good. I guess honestly the only way to do it is grab a file. I would grab a file and just file it down a bit. Let's try that. We're gonna try one last thing to see if this works. Stay tuned. All right, so we came back and we grabbed a file. It's like a square. There it goes. It's like kind of like a triangle square, but it's like squared off at the edges. So I guess you could say it's a triangle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to file off, just so the cuts are straighter. Especially that last one we did, because that last one, it's like cut at an angle. It's just, I don't agree with this one. I think it's just too much time you gotta do in order to make one key work. Alright, let's test it out now. It still doesn't even want to go all the way in. It's not gonna work. I guess we can call this an epic fail. Schlage did work though. The Schlage one did work. It's just not really that smooth. So it does cut. It's just, do you really want to sit here buying blank keys or using blank keys up just to get the right cut? I would have to go with no. Key cutter, lishi, I wouldn't do it. A waste of time for me. And there you have it, guys. Video on the lishi key cutter tool. You can get it on Amazon. All right. Hit a like and subscribe, and be ready for the next video.